I am jamesiajohnai, the wealth creator. I show people how to use other people's money to pay their mortgage, create cash flow, and generate generational wealth. If you are watching this on my YouTube channel, welcome to Workflow. We talk about things related to wealth, entrepreneurship, real estate, as well as capital, right? So that's the workflow. If you have questions, comments, a topic that you would like to see or hear about on Workflow, feel free to contact me. My Linktree link is on the screen. For those watching on Facebook, it will be in the comments, right? So, in the midst of COVID, 19, the coronavirus 2019 trend that's going around, a lot of businesses or some businesses have had to pivot, right? Businesses as well as entrepreneurs have had to pivot, make changes to how they do business. Now, one of the great things is for me personally, I've actually assisted buyers and sellers with virtual programs already before it was a greater need like it is right now, right? So I'll start off by talking about the buying process. And I actually have a buyer who was born and raised here in Chicago, is now living on the East Coast, has done some investing with an investment group, decided to invest on his own and wanted to invest here in Chicago. I'm not even sure how we found each other. Redfin. I was a Redfin partner for a while, so we did find each other on Redfin, and we've been connected since last year. So he let me know he was looking for a multi-unit, specifically on the south side of Chicago. Great. So for showings, right, you're in a different state. How are you going to see these properties? So what I would do was send him listings. He sends me properties he's interested in. I schedule the showings, and then I would make video calls to him, right? I make a video call. I turn the camera around. I scan the room, the baseboards, the ceilings, the hallways, so the buyer could get an idea and feel for the property. We looked at maybe 3 or 4 properties, no more than 5, before he decided to put in an offer, right? So the first step in the process was a virtual consult, right? So with a virtual consult, what we do is we schedule a virtual appointment to learn more about the buyer in this case or the seller, right? So I learn more about the buyer. What are you looking for? Single family, multi-unit, how many units, condo, etc. What areas are you looking in? Does it need to have a garage? Just the specific criteria for the buyer. So we did a virtual consult, right? And then I started to email him listings on the MLS based on his criteria, how much money he wants to spend. I set up a search specifically for the buyer, and then the buyer can favorite and let me know which properties they're interested in, right? So I emailed the client listings that match their criteria. And the moment they hit the market, the client is able to see them. They let me know what their favorites are, and I work to schedule appointments, right? Then the next step, like I said, was a virtual tour. So they'll take a virtual video tour of any home that they like. So at that time, for me, being the agent, I'm going into the properties and doing the video myself. There is technology available now, or it always has been around, where a buyer can get a virtual tour of a property if that's something that the listing agent invested in, right? we'll see more listing agents, the person representing the seller, investing in these virtual technologies if they're aware or they have the budget on how to do them so that a buyer can take a virtual tour. So we have buyers buying properties that have never stepped foot inside the property, right? And my buyer right now, we closed on Thursday, has never stepped foot in the property, okay? And then what happens after that? They want to put an offer in. I draw up the offer, send it via DocuSign. There are other platforms out there that agents use. They sign it. If we come to an agreement with the seller, we're now under contract. The buyer needs to send the earnest money into the appropriate place, right? Then there's an inspection. During the inspection, now at this time, there are some villages or municipalities in Illinois aren't even allowing inspections. Inspections are going on in the city of Chicago, right? So the inspector shows up. Now with my buyer pre-COVID, the inspector showed up, the buyer's brother showed up, and I'm there. So the buyer sent someone outside of me, the agent, that they know, like, and trust to be their eyes and boots on the ground. But right now, buyers, a lot of buyers are entrusting the inspector. Your inspector is going out, they're going room by room, looking floor to ceiling. They can only see what they see. They don't know what's behind the walls. They're taking a lot of pictures, and then the inspector is going to send you a 40+ page report, right? If that report is less than 40 pages, the inspector probably did not do a good job. That inspector is going to send you a 40+ page report. You want to go through the inspection line by line with the attorney and with your agent, with me. The seller doesn't have to fix everything, but they do need to have the major things in order. Roof, foundation, windows, mechanicals would be like your HVAC, your plumbing, those major things. If it's the doorbell doesn't work, I don't like this paint color, the handle on the cabinet is loose, right? Those are minor things that you as the new owner can take care of. But major things like your roof, foundation, your windows, your plumbing working, the HVAC working, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, those are things that you want to make sure the seller takes care of, right? So now it's time for closing. Illinois is allowing for mobile notaries. Some title companies are doing drive-through closings. So Illinois is a title state. All closings happen with a title company. Illinois is different than some other states. We're a title state, right? So a mobile notary can bring the closing to the buyer, where the buyer is signing off on their paperwork. The seller is pre-signing their paperwork. Right now, sellers are not welcome at most closings, depending on the title company. Different title companies have different requirements, but a lot of times only the attorney is showing up, or the entire closing is happening virtually. So the seller is signing off on their documents and they have a mobile notary. The buyer is signing off on their documents and they have a mobile notary. The lender is involved. Once the lender is satisfied that all of the documents have been signed appropriately, they release the funding, you have closed, and now you have your keys, right? But more importantly, I wanted to go live because more people are going to need to be comfortable with the virtual process of buying and selling homes, right? So this for sellers right now, with everything that's going on with COVID, I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Illinois with Compass Real Estate, right? We are working with vendors and we have technology where no one has to come in your home until it's time for the inspection. So as a seller, we set up the same thing. We have a virtual consult. I ask about bedroom, bathroom count, when things have been updated. But when it's time to take pictures and create the virtual tour, that the buyer goes on, right? A drone is going to show up at your house, go through your home, take the pictures, do what it needs to do to create the virtual tour, and fly out of the home. All you have to do is open the door and close the door, right? No one comes in your home until it's time for the inspection. So the only person you have to worry about coming in your home as a seller during this virtual transition that real estate is going through to pivot and adapt to what's going on with COVID is the inspector and the appraiser, right? If an appraisal is required. So it's the same process I just described. Now the buyer is going through the process with their agent, virtual consult. They pick your home, great. They take the virtual tour, they put in an offer. Now the offer is going to be heavily dependent on what comes out in the inspection report because the inspector is the only one physically coming into the home prior to the close, as well as the appraiser, right? There may be an appraisal that the lender orders. So buyer puts in an offer based on a virtual tour, never physically being present in the home. Inspector comes out, buyer gets the inspection report, buyer goes over the inspection report with their agent, their attorney. If they have anything that they would like to request of you, the seller, to fix prior to the appraisal, you take care of that. And now we're going to the closing table, and sometimes we're never meeting. I've never met my client that I'm closing with on Thursday. We've never physically met. I've seen them on video. We've never physically met, but they don't live in the state of Illinois. So it is possible, even before COVID, possible, probable, plausible, and does happen. People buy real estate without actually seeing it. Now, one thing that you can do, you can go on Google Earth and other Google technology to actually make sure there is a property at the address that you're looking to buy. Because people have bought real estate that wasn't there, right? You can look up the block, you can walk the block. If you put the address in, just a simple Google search, you can walk the block to see what the houses look like next door. You can check out the nearby community all from your computer. So this virtual home buying program, virtual home selling program that we offer at Compass Real Estate, right, is a great way to ensure people's safety, to ensure your health, to ensure well-being, but also give you the opportunity to still buy a home or sell your home. Yes, properties are still selling. I just looked at a market update report today. In the last 24 hours, like 60 homes actually had a price increase. There were about a few hundred homes that had a price reduction, but people are still listing properties, so they're still selling. People are still buying. So if you're in the market to buy, whether it's in the state of Illinois or anywhere in the continental U.S., feel free to contact me. My website is below. You can see it below, www.jamesiajohnai.com. I have a nationwide network of real estate professionals ready to serve your home buying as well as home selling needs. If you live outside of Illinois and you have property in Illinois that you are looking to list, I would love to be able to assist you with that listing. We can set up virtual tours for your property, or if you're okay with people going into your property, we can set up showings and schedule them about an hour apart just to make sure due diligence is done as far as cleaning and disinfecting between any showings, right? So I am jamesiajohnai, the wealth creator. I show people how to use other people's money to pay their mortgage, create cash flow, and generate generational wealth, as well as protect their assets. This virtual home buying program, the virtual home selling program, is perfect and will meet all of your needs. We will walk you through the process step by step. We will hold your hand. We will guide you and be as transparent as possible, keeping your safety and your health in mind. Do me a favor, like the video, share the video, comment, Subscribe if you are not a subscriber to the YouTube channel. This workflow is all about wealth, entrepreneurship, real estate, and capital. I am jamesiajohnai. Have an awesome day, and I'm hoping you found some value in this video today. Again, like the video, love the video, share the video, and contact me for all of your home buying and home selling needs. You can visit the Linktree link that has been scrolling across the page, or you can check out my website.